Okay, so this is a recording of probably the best game I've ever played with the destroyer. We just started. We're heading for Cap C. You'll see this battle's got a little bit of everything in it, and even a little bit of aggravation because that's how things go.
Engine boost activated.
So we are boosting up and heading for C.
Affirmative.
Coming up on C now, and as soon as we get in there, we're going to try and hold this to get the cap points.
Enemy force detected.
So we're going to pop smoke here in a second. Slow down. Now here's where a little bit of aggravation comes in here. Apparently every destroyer on my team decides it wants to be in my smoke screen instead of popping their own smoke screen. So I want to back up here. I'm going to try and get as close to this island behind me as possible to use it for cover.
Smoke screen set.
And here goes our first contestant. And here comes another one. Because, you know, we don't make like big ass targets now with a bunch of us in here.
Engine boost deactivated.
Oh, what the hell? Here comes another one.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Now, as expected, the enemy sent torpedoes in here since
Torpedoes
we're all
direct
freaking
front.
hanging out in here. Fortunately, I'm able, since I'm close to that island, I just push into that island. Now we all start to attack this enemy cruiser. We all focus fire on him. I throw out a couple torpedoes just in case if he wants to turn. Unfortunately, doesn't fight. Now here's a wonderful part where this asshole gets in my way, in my smoke screen, and I fire a round right through him and get a disciplinary action against it.
Imposed on you for friendly fire.
Asshole. Go make your own smoke screen. Now there's only a couple seconds left of the smoke screen, so I gotta start getting the hell out of here before I get focus fired on. So of course I start moving and turn, and lo and behold, this asshole gets in my way again, and I ram him this time. Jerk off. Fortunately, that's pretty much the end of the aggravation of these idiot destroyers for the rest of the game, and we can concentrate on what turns out to be pretty good in the end. Now clearly with these torpedoes coming in, there's a destroyer somewhere out here. So my plan is to swing around this island. Ah, here he comes. And intercept him. We do have a cruiser on the other side of the island too. I want to give him some hand. And a battleship as well, but he'll stay back. He's not going to engage a destroyer at close range.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And his torpedoes are well astern, so I don't have to worry about that. Now the enemy destroyer is coming up around. He is fighting it out, and our cruiser gets him before I get a chance to clear the island, but that's okay, at least he's down. continue swinging around. We've got an enemy Kuma cruiser up here. Unfortunately, with only 4-inch guns, my range isn't very good, so I'm going to have to try and close with him, and he's fairly quick too, so it's going to take a little while to get in there. Just checking to see where everybody's at so I don't run into anybody. The destroyer over there is engaged with the warship, so he's taken care of, so pretty much a free charge at this point. So my low detectability doesn't even know I'm coming, which is good. So he doesn't launch any torpedoes at me. And we're going to start firing. His engines are out. As you can see, the smoky fire billowing out of his stack indicates his engines are out, so this is going to be a pretty easy target at this point. And somebody else gets off the last shot before I can get... No, that's okay. At least we helped out. Now, coming up here is kind of a dick move, sort of. We've got an enemy South Carolina battleship just sitting here. Clearly, there's an issue. Either the player's AFK or he got booted from the game, which happens somewhat regularly. Unfortunately, if you get booted from the game, you can come back, and if, we can't afford to have an enemy battleship behind us. So I'm going to charge in and let go of a load of torpedoes into him. Not the most honorable kill, but we got to make sure he's out of the game just in case he comes back or decides all of a sudden he wants to play. I am detected right now, but it is the battleship that's AFK who's detecting me, so not too worried about that. Getting ready to launch my torpedoes here. Look, he just bounced up. The enemy carrier. Hell, we know who's getting the next attack. That carrier's got to go, so we're going to swing around here. I know that once we knock out this South Carolina, I won't be detected and I'll be able to sneak up on them, so I'm trying to keep my range a little bit open from the carrier at this point. And there he goes, first kill.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Get a devastating strike award for that? Yeah. Not the most honorable, but hey, it's a kill's a kill. So now we gotta take care of this carrier. And we set him on fire, which is good, which means he can't launch strike craft until he puts the fire out. Yeah, which he immediately does. I'm going to kick in my engine boost here and try and close the range as soon as possible, because I got another South Carolina up here that is functional, and I don't feel like being shelled into the ground by him. Now, I am not the best torpedo captain in the world. As a matter of fact, my torpedo aiming sucks, and we'll get a better view of that later. But swing around here, I'm going to fire all of my torpedo tubes at him from both sides, just to make sure, because, quite frankly, I'm lucky if I hit anything, ever, with these things.
Torpedoes to port. Just
checking out to see where my escape route is here. We do manage to get a torpedo hit on the Langley.
Problem solved, sir.
And she is flooding.
Smoke generators.
However, my second set of torpedoes do not hit. Not wanting to get hit by that battleship again, I slam on the brakes, throw on another smoke screen, and manage to take out the Langley with my guns. Now we're going to sit here and harass the shit out of the South Carolina.
Smoke screen set.
Oh, here comes an enemy destroyer. Set the South Carolina on fire. And one of my teammates gets the kill on that destroyer. Now I throw out some torpedoes here just for the hell of it in case this South Carolina gets cute. Not really expecting them to hit, and they don't. Get in range, and we're going to start taking pot shots at the South Carolina here. Peppering him up good. Although most of my shells are bouncing off his armor, just shattering. It'd be nice to get a fire if we could. I took out an anti-aircraft gun there, or a secondary gun there. That's not bad. Bunch of shatters, one hit. One shatter. Oop, I apparently made him mad. He's starting to fire at me. Bunch more shatters and a single hit. Yeah, same thing, mostly shatters. Ooh, 2 hits there. Got a little enemy cruiser over here. We're going to pay him a visit shortly. And there goes the battleship. I do not get the kill, but that's okay. So now it's time to figure out what we're going to do here. Got a battleship over here. In chat, we're getting a request to capture a cap point to try and even out the score. So I'm going to head up here to B. I saw that cruiser over here. I'm going to see if I can't sneak up on him and put some torpedoes into him. He's up there. He's got to be engaging that battleship we just saw on our team, so let's give him a hand and get a cap at the same time. And fortunately, we're able to spot him. Our battleship is spotting for us, so we know where he is. He's not really moving, so something weird's going on here. Wasn't really sure what was going on. Maybe he was backing away from the battleship or whatever. But he doesn't know I'm here because I'm not detected, so this should be a pretty good sneak attack.
The
Well, well, oh, looky here. As you can see by the fire coming out of his stack, his engines are incapacitated. Even as bad as I am with torpedoes, we're not going to miss this one. Hello. Just for the hell of it, we're going to throw another load at him, just in case he repairs his engine fast enough. Unfortunately, I do, there we go.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Kill number 3, another torpedo hit. Unfortunately, we've got a little island in our way here, but that's okay because nobody's around, so backing up's not too bad. Just take a second here to back up. Now, the dilemma we have here is that we are down by almost 200 points, and there's only 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game. There's one enemy ship left, a battleship, of course. We're not going to have time to win on cap, so we're going to have to kill, if we're going to win this game, we're going to have to kill that battleship. Unfortunately, it seems like our Turenne here, which is a French battleship, is living up to its nationality. Instead of moving up to engage, he's sitting back here taking pot shots, and as a matter of fact, he's moving away from the enemy battleship. So, looks like it's going to be up to me, because our other battleship's way down south, capping A, and while that's going to slow down the game, points, them accumulating points, it's not going to stop the 2 minutes and 40 seconds we have left. Unfortunately, I'm out of turbo boost, engine boost, and I'm out of smoke screen, so we're going in with this pretty much as we are. The enemy battleship is a Japanese Myogi. For a battleship, especially at Tier 4, it's actually fairly maneuverable, which is going to be a pain in the ass since I'm bad enough with torpedoes. He actually has the ability to dodge them, and we'll see that. So here goes my first spread. I fire them short, figuring he's going to turn in on them, and he actually turns out on me. So, fire yet another spread. This one aimed for turning out. Get a couple shatters there, nothing good there. And he avoids my first spread of torpedoes. Bastard. Now, my second set that I fired way over, he clearly avoids. I have about 15 seconds left on reload for my torpedoes. There's about 1 minute left in the game, so basically my next spread has to hit or we're screwed. And of course, he is now focusing me down. I am the last hope, which is never a good thing. Let that salvo go, and we're going to swing back around, fire another one. I have my teammate in chat telling me to kill him. There's only 40 seconds left, like I haven't figured that out already. So, with the last bit, here's my last salvo of torpedoes, and this is do or die. There's 10 seconds left in the game, and here comes my torpedoes. And we get him.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Nice.